Hey everyone, my name is Lucas and I'm going to be talking for the next couple minutes about podcasts. I drive a lot, so I'm always listening to podcasts. So I'm going to go over a couple podcasts that I've been listening to for a long time, and then a couple of podcasts that I've just been recently getting into. The first podcast I ever really got into was called the Bad Christian Podcast. At the time I was really kind of frustrated with modern Christianity, and I found these guys on this podcast are very open and real about talking and discussing issues in the church and about that. And I just find it really funny. It's kind of in a funny way, but it's really just refreshing. And I started listening to them when they had like 30 episodes out, and now they have like over 250 episodes. Their most recent one was on microdosing LSD and the benefits of it for treating depression. So it's super interesting stuff, and I really recommend that episode in particular. The next podcast I want to talk about is called Serial. I first listened to Serial while I was on a Greyhound bus. I was going to visit a friend in Vermont, and so I listened to almost the entire first season, and it was amazing. It follows a story, like an unsolved case or something like that. It follows it week to week and tells a little bit of the story. And the first season is just amazing. I recommend that everyone listens to it. It's really well done. It's done by the same people who do NPR's This American Life, so it's like really high quality and it's just super good. So yeah, check that out. Serial, first season. The next podcast I want to talk about is called The Liturgists. The Liturgist is a really cool podcast. It's hosted by Science Mike. He has his own show called Ask Science Mike, and Michael Gungor, who's a singer-songwriter, and they just kind of, basically their motto is creating art and experiences for the spiritually homeless and frustrated. So they kind of target people who don't really feel like they fit in like in a spiritual like sect kind of, and I've kind of felt like that for a while. So because I'm very interested in that, in spirituality and that sort of thing, but can't like seem to quite find exactly where I should direct it. So it's really cool. They also record a lot of like guided meditations and stuff like that, which is really cool. So they did a 3-part series on suffering around the world, just and kind of diving into that, and they interview really interesting people, and it's just really super well done. But yeah, that series on suffering really impacted my life, and I think you guys should check it out too. One podcast I've been getting into more recently is the Joe Rogan Experience. This podcast is hosted by stand-up comedian Joe Rogan. I really like this podcast because Joe is a really thoughtful, logical thinker, so he's really open-minded, and he's really good at just having a conversation with people, and I just find his method of interviewing people and just discussing topics with people really enjoyable, and he has a lot of cool insight on things. He just had Neil deGrasse Tyson on like a week or two ago, and the whole show is just really amazing. So I definitely recommend that you listen to that one. I can't really go in depth on every single podcast I listen to because there's a lot, and so I'm just going to list off a few more that I listen to on a regular basis. The Break It Down podcast, the Unstoppable Badass podcast, the Pastor with No Answers, the Robcast, hosted by Rob Bell. He's really well known for his book called Love Wins. If you're into history, Dan Carlin's Hardcore History. It's amazing the way he views history and train. It's a train. Anyways, yeah, that's it. Thank you.